A farmer doesn't argue with gravity. He doesn't debate whether it's fair that things fall down. He simply works with the law because he knows it's unchangeable. Dr. Myles Munroe discovered that the same is true with seed time and harvest. It's not a suggestion, it's not a hope, it's a law. And laws guarantee results. Today, you're going to learn how to use this law to create the harvest you've been praying for. Stay locked in. Hey amazing people! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful, most practical, most life-changing principles Dr. Myles Munroe ever taught, the principle of seed time and harvest. Now, Genesis 8 verse 22 says, "As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest will never cease." God himself established this as an eternal law. It worked in the Garden of Eden, it works today, and it'll work tomorrow. But here's what most people don't understand. This law isn't just about farming. It's about finances, relationships, health, career, purpose, every area of your life. Master this law and you master your future. So let's unlock this principle together. First, we need to understand what a law is. A law isn't a suggestion. It's not a maybe. It's not dependent on your feelings, your faith level, or whether you're having a good day. A law is a principle that operates consistently, predictably, and without exception. Gravity is a law. You don't have to believe in gravity for it to work. You can deny gravity exists, and it'll still pull you down. You can be angry at gravity, and it'll still function. Laws are impartial, unchangeable, and guaranteed. Dr. Munroe taught that God built laws into creation to govern how things work. Seed time and harvest is one of those laws. Galatians 6 verse 7 says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Cannot be mocked. That means you can't trick this law. You can't bypass it. You can't manipulate it. You will reap what you sow. Period. This law has three simple components. First, you must sow. Nothing happens without a seed being planted. You can wish, hope, pray, dream all you want, but without sowing, there's no harvest. Second, there's a time gap. Between sowing and reaping, there's a season. The farmer doesn't plant corn on Monday and harvest it on Tuesday. There's seed time and then there's harvest time. Most people give up during the waiting period. And third, the harvest always exceeds the seed. One kernel of corn produces a stalk with multiple ears, each containing hundreds of kernels. One seed becomes hundreds. That's multiplication built into the law. Now here's the key. This law is already working in your life right now. The question isn't whether it works. The question is, are you working with it or against it? Every word you speak is a seed. Every action you take is a seed. Every dollar you spend is a seed. Every thought you think is a seed. You're sowing constantly, and you're going to reap constantly. The harvest you're experiencing today is the result of seeds you planted yesterday. And the harvest you'll experience tomorrow is determined by the seeds you plant today. Now let's talk about the different types of seeds you can sow. Because most people only think about financial seeds, but Dr. Munroe taught that you can sow in multiple areas of life. Seed type 1, financial seeds. When you give money, whether it's tithes, offerings, or helping someone in need, you're planting financial seeds. And financial seeds produce financial harvests. Luke 6 verse 38 says, "Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over, will be poured into your lap." That's the law working. Seed type 2, time seeds. When you invest time in someone mentoring, helping, serving, you're planting time seeds. And when you need help, people will give you their time. Seed type 3, knowledge seeds. When you share what you know, teach others, pass on wisdom, you're planting knowledge seeds. And knowledge will come back to you when you need it. Seed type 4, love seeds. When you show kindness, compassion, encouragement, you're planting love seeds. And love will surround you in your time of need. Seed type 5, prayer seeds. When you pray for others, intercede, stand in the gap, you're planting prayer seeds. And when you need prayer, people will pray for you. Seed type 6, forgiveness seeds. When you forgive someone who wronged you, you're planting forgiveness seeds. And when you need forgiveness, mercy will find you. Seed type 7, honor seeds. When you honor authority, respect leaders, give honor where it's due, you're planting honor seeds. And honor will come back to you. Here's what Dr. Munroe emphasized. You reap what you sow. Not something different. Not something random. Exactly what you sow. If you sow criticism, you'll reap criticism. If you sow gossip, you'll reap gossip. If you sow dishonesty, you'll reap dishonesty. But if you sow generosity, you'll reap generosity. If you sow encouragement, you'll reap encouragement. If you sow integrity, you'll reap integrity. The law is impartial. It doesn't care about your intentions. It responds to your actions. You can't plant corn and expect wheat. You can't plant negativity and expect positivity. You reap what you sow. Now let's dive into the specific laws that govern the harvest. Dr. Munroe identified 7 unchangeable laws that determine what kind of harvest you'll receive. Law number 1. You reap what you sow. We've talked about this, but it bears repeating. Apple seeds produce apple trees. Orange seeds produce orange trees. You get exactly what you plant. Law number 2. You reap in a different season than you sow. Farmers don't sow and reap on the same day. There's spring for planting and fall for harvesting. In your life, there's a gap between giving and receiving. Don't give up during the waiting season. Law number 3. You reap more than you sow. One seed becomes hundreds. One act of kindness returns as multiple blessings. $1 given multiplies back. This is the multiplication principle built into creation. Law number 4. You must sow before you can reap. You can't harvest what you haven't planted. Stop expecting harvests from fields you never sowed in. Stop complaining about not having friends when you never sow friendship. Law number 5. The size of your harvest depends on the size of your seed. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6 says, "Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously." Small seeds, small harvest. Big seeds, big harvest. Law number 6. You must nurture what you sow. Farmers don't just plant and walk away. They water, fertilize, protect from weeds and pests. You have to take care of your seeds. Follow up on relationships. Steward your finances wisely. Maintain what you've invested in. And law number 7. You will reap in due season if you don't give up. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." If you don't give. Most people quit one season before harvest. They sow, they wait a little while, nothing appears to be happening, and they stop. But the seed is underground, roots are forming, growth is happening beneath the surface. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not working. Dr. Munroe would say, the law guarantees the harvest. Your job is to sow the right seeds, wait the right time, and trust the process. So how do you maximize your harvest? How do you make sure you're getting the most out of this law? Dr. Munroe gave us specific strategies. Strategy 1. Sow on good ground. Jesus taught the parable of the sower. Some seed fell on the path, some on rocks, some among thorns, some on good soil. Only the seed on good soil produced a harvest. Don't sow your resources into bad soil. Don't give money to people who'll waste it. Don't invest time in relationships that are toxic. Don't pour energy into ventures that have no potential. So where there's good ground. Strategy 2. Sow in faith, not fear. When you sow, believe that the harvest is coming. Fear says, I can't afford to give. Faith says, I can't afford not to give. Fear hoards. Faith sows. Strategy 3. Sow consistently, not occasionally. Don't just sow when you feel like it. Make it a lifestyle. Consistent sowing produces consistent harvesting. Sporadic sowing produces sporadic harvesting. Strategy 4. Sow expecting a harvest. When farmers plant, they expect to harvest. They don't plant thinking maybe it'll grow. They plant knowing it will grow if they do their part. Expectation is part of faith. Strategy 5. Sow your best, not your leftovers. God doesn't want your scraps. He wants your first fruits. Give your best time, your best energy, your best resources. The quality of your seed affects the quality of your harvest. Strategy 6. Sow while you need. This sounds backwards, but it's biblical. The widow of Zarephath was down to her last meal when Elijah asked her to feed him first. She sowed in her need, and her need became her seed. Her barrel of flour never ran empty. Strategy 7. Sow secretly. Matthew 6 verses 3-4 says, "When you give, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, and your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." Public sowing seeks human applause. Secret sowing receives divine reward. Let me tell you about Janet. She was a single mom working 2 jobs, barely making ends meet. Her car broke down, and she didn't have money to fix it. She was stressed, overwhelmed, feeling like she was drowning. Then she heard Dr. Munroe teach on seed time and harvest. And she felt the Holy Spirit challenge her. Sow something. Janet thought, I have nothing to sow. I need a harvest. But she couldn't shake the conviction. So she took 20 money she needed for groceries and gave it to a homeless man she saw at the gas station. It made no logical sense, but she sowed in faith. 2 days later, a coworker randomly asked if she needed a car. The coworker's mother had passed away, and they were giving away her car, a reliable Honda with low mileage. They gave it to Janet for free, but that's not all. A week later, Janet's boss called her into the office. She thought she was getting fired. Instead, her boss offered her a promotion with a $15,000 raise and regular hours, allowing her to quit her second job. Within 2 weeks of sowing that 20 seed, Janet received a car and a life-changing promotion. She told me, I sowed 20 and reaped thousands. That's not coincidence. That's the law working. Today, Janet tithes faithfully, gives generously, and teaches others about sowing and reaping. She says, once you understand the law, you're never the same. You stop hoarding and start sowing because you know the harvest is guaranteed. That's the power of working with kingdom laws. All right, let's make this practical. I'm going to give you a 7-day sowing challenge that will activate this law in your life. Day 1, sow a financial seed. Give an offering beyond your tithe. Give to someone in need. Sow expecting a financial harvest. Day 2, sow a time seed. Volunteer. Help someone with a project. Give your time freely. Expect time to be given back to you. Day 3, sow a knowledge seed. Teach someone something you know. Share wisdom. Mentor someone. Expect knowledge to come to you when you need it. Day 4, sow a love seed. Encourage someone. Send a thoughtful message. Show unexpected kindness. Expect love to surround you. Day 5, sow a forgiveness seed. Forgive someone who wronged you. Release the offense. Expect mercy and grace in your own life. Day 6, sow a prayer seed. Pray for someone else's breakthrough. Intercede for someone. Expect prayer coverage when you need it. Day 7, sow an honor seed. Honor someone in authority. Show respect. Give honor where it's due. Expect honor to come back to you. Keep a sowing journal. Write down what you sow each day. Then watch over the next 30, 60, 90 days and record the harvests that show up. You'll have undeniable proof that this law works. Remember Dr. Munroe's words, you're not gambling when you sow. You're activating a law. And laws guarantee results. If this message is opening your eyes to how this law works, if you're ready to stop hoping for harvests and start sowing for them, hit that like button and tell me in the comments. What seed are you going to sow this week? What harvest are you believing for? And listen, if you want more teaching on kingdom principles and laws that guarantee success when you apply them, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. We're learning to work with God's laws, not against them. We're becoming strategic sowers who reap abundant harvests. Join us. I want to leave you with this truth that will change your life. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of the economy. You are not helpless in your situation. You have the power to create your future through the seeds you sow today. The harvest you want is available, but it starts with a seed. You can't reap what you don't sow. You can't harvest from fields you never planted in. So stop complaining about the harvest you're getting if you don't like the seeds you've been sowing. Stop expecting friendship when you sow isolation. Stop expecting wealth when you sow poverty thinking. Stop expecting love when you sow criticism. But here's the good news. You can change your harvest by changing your seeds. Starting today. Starting right now. Plant new seeds and you'll reap a new harvest. The law is on your side. It's working for you, not against you. So work with it. Sow generously. Wait patiently. Seed time and harvest will never cease. That's not my promise. That's God's guarantee. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, sow intentionally, believe expectantly, and get ready for the harvest that's on its way. God bless you.